Survivor Series Wargames is just around the corner, and the most important person in the men's Wargames match is someone no one is even thinking about. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. My name is Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for giving this channel a chance. Let me explain what I meant by nobody's even thinking about. Now, of course, we all know the members that are in the men's Wargames match. It's official. We know the Cody Rhodes' CM Punk's team, and we know the Brock Lesnar and the Vision team. We know each team. We know all the members that are going to be in it. Now, it hasn't been officially announced that Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are going to be in there, but of course, they're going to be. It's obvious. They've came out at the end of Raw and during the whole War Games segment, so that's what the teams are going to be. I wanted to get into more specifically the team that has Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Jimmy, Jay, and Roman Reigns. That's the team I want to focus on the most because the heels, the Vision side, everything seems to be okay over there. Everything's kind of clicking over there. Everybody over there kind of don't have a problem with one another. Like Paul Heyman, that's his guys. They've all agreed to work with one another. Paul Heyman's even walking around with a contract to multiple people. Like he's recruiting people for that team. For the men's side of where Cody and CM Punk's team, or I'm just going to call it Punk's team, I guess. He's the one on Raw. Things are a little different over there because in that team, there's a bunch of layers. There's a bunch of people who don't really care for one another, but they're teaming up. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns has a long history. These guys, Cody has chased Roman Reigns for years for that championship, and when he won it, he's the first guy, the only guy, to beat Roman Reigns for that WWE championship. Roman Reigns also has an issue with his cousins, Jimmy and Jay Uso. Remember the last time those three were on screen together, Roman Reigns was in the ring with them after the match, after they had lost, and I think he said something like, "I don't want to see you guys until Christmas." That's at least what the video sounded like to me and many others. I don't know if he actually said that, but it's before Christmas, and Roman Reigns is seeing these guys. Roman Reigns is completely disappointed in them. Not only that, CM Punk and Roman Reigns also have a big issue, and after Raw went off the air, they were in each other's face talking. Punk said, "You better not stab me in the back if you join this team." Roman Reigns says, "I'm not going to stab you in the back. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to stab you right in your face. I'm going to stab you right in front of your eyes. I'm going to do that right in front of you. You'll see it coming." So there is issues on the men's War Games, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk side. There's definitely issues on that team. I want to talk about one individual in particular because to me, whether we want to admit it or not, it's like out of the five guys, it's one of those things where it's like one thing is not like the others in a way. You know what I mean? One thing kind of looks like it doesn't belong in a way. And I don't mean that harshly. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's just when you stack up everything else, when it comes to this individual, he kind of looks like he's a little bit out of place here. I'm talking about none other than Jimmy Uso. Look, Jimmy Uso has had his family's back since forever. He's always there for Jay. He's always there for Roman. No matter how much they disagree or argue or whatever it may be, no matter how badly Roman talks to Jimmy, no matter how badly Jay has been talking to Jimmy, Jimmy is always there for them. He always has their back. And I think because of this, Jimmy Uso sometimes gets stepped on a lot. He gets walked on a lot. He gets looked down at a lot because Roman Reigns is the tribal chief. He's won the championship. He held it for 3 years or 4 years. He's held it for a long time. So Roman Reigns has a big history. He's got he main evented WrestleManias. He's got all of this for him, going for him. Now Jay has since day one been named by Roman himself as the next in line, the next tribal chief. When he started out as Roman's right-hand man and then became next in line to become tribal chief. Now Roman Reigns has said that to Jey Uso. He said that on WWE TV. Jey Uso is being prepped by Roman Reigns to take over once Roman Reigns is ready to hand that off. Where does Jimmy figure into any of this? Solo is off doing his own thing with the MFTs on SmackDown. Jimmy seems to be always the odd man out of every conversation when it comes to the bloodline. It's always Roman Reigns and it's always Jey Uso. And if you look at it, Jey Uso, ever since he's won that World Heavyweight Championship and lost it, he's already treated Jimmy differently. He thinks, in my opinion, I think Jay believes he is above Jimmy Uso. I think Jay wants to break free from Jimmy. He doesn't want Jimmy's help. He doesn't really want to team up with Jimmy. He doesn't want to. He wants to prove that he's the main event guy by himself. He wants to prove that he's the next tribal chief. He wants to prove that he can be the world heavyweight champion again. So Jay is one-track minded right now, whereas Jimmy still longs for the days where these guys team up. Jimmy misses his brother in a way. He misses teaming up with his brother. He misses being equal with his brother, because everybody right now does not look at Jimmy on the same level as Jay. And I think that's true for everybody on that team. I think Roman, CM Punk, Jay, and Cody Rhodes, I think they all like Jimmy Uso. But I think when they look at Jimmy, they look at him as if like you don't belong on the same level as us. We've all been or are champions. We've all been world heavyweight champion, WWE champion, and Jimmy has not. Jimmy hasn't even won a mid-card title. And I'm not trashing on Jimmy at all. Trust me, I'm not. I'm going off of my opinion of maybe where this story could go. I'm trying to stack the deck here. I'm trying to build a case for Jimmy Uso. Because what I have in my mind, and I've had this in my mind for a while now, is where I think Jimmy's character is going to lead to. Because Jimmy, I feel like, is being strung along in this match. Even when he announced that he's in this match, it was a very like quick brush it off type of moment where he came up to Jay and Cody having a one-on-one like head honcho to head honcho type of talk, and Jimmy pops into the picture and it was like, hey, I called CM Punk. I was on the phone with him. I'm in Wargames too. I got your back. So it's almost like, to me, it seems like Jimmy had to ask to be in the Wargames match, where all these other dudes just kind of threw themselves in it. They're like, no, I'm in there. I'm in that. And it's like Jimmy was just like, hey, Punk, is it cool if I'm in there too? It's like Jimmy is always the outcast. He's always the second thought. He's always a supporting cast member. He's never the guy. And I think this is all building towards a turn for Jimmy Uso. I've been saying it for a while now. I think the easy route to go here is Jey Uso turning heel. I think everybody thinks that. And honestly, if it were to happen, I'd be like, okay, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that come into play where I could see it being a realistic possibility. I could see it happening. I would be like, I wouldn't be so surprised. But for me, I got to stick to my guns and what I've been thinking since day one. I think Jimmy Uso is going to be the one that turns heel. I think Jimmy Uso is going to be the one that turns Wargames on its ear. I think Jimmy Uso will be the one to cost them this match. I think either he turns on all of them, or Jay, or whoever in that Wargames match, or he walks out, or he eats the pin. I look at Jimmy in this match as the guy that's going to eat the pin, or he's going to turn on his team. Because Jimmy right now, like I said, I feel like it's almost like the little brother. It's like when your mom forces you to take your little brother with you. You're hanging out with your friends. You're all the same age. You all want to go somewhere cool. And your mom's like, yeah, bring your brother. I feel like that's what Jimmy's being treated as right now. I think they don't look at Jimmy as somebody who belongs in a top tier, main event, caliber, high stakes type of match like Wargames is. And that's not a good thing if you're Jimmy Uso. It's not a good feeling. So you take all of that. You take everything that's been going on with Jimmy J and Roman Reigns over the past few years, where Jay is being primed for that top spot like Roman Reigns, which I do believe Jimmy is striving for, or Jay is striving for. I think Jay is trying to get into that spot that Roman Reigns has. And now when you see Roman talk to Jay, now it's almost like they're peers. They're almost on the same level. It's like Roman doesn't really talk down to Jay, where instead he talks to him like he's on the same level as him, and he tries to give him advice to make him better. Whereas when Roman talks to Jimmy, it's more so talking down to him or telling him, hey, Jay did all of this, what have you done? Jay has won World Heavyweight Champion, what have you done? Jay has become more like me since winning that title than he's ever been like you. Like you guys may technically be twins, but Jey Uso is more like me than he is like you. And that's a harsh thing I would imagine to hear if you're a twin. I think Jimmy has the best option. I think he has the best case with him to turn heel on this team. And I would love to see it. I think it would cause a stir in WWE, because I think this time, if you were to turn Jimmy heel, I want it to be something more meaningful. Last time he was heel, he was still a lackey. Whether you want to admit it or not, he was still Roman Reigns' lackey. He did the whole new no yeet thing. I want to see Jimmy properly be a heel. I want to see him become one, even when Roman goes away for his few months or whatever it may be. I want to see what Jimmy can do by himself, because if you ask me, I think Jimmy has a ton of charisma. Both Usos do. And yeah, Jay has kind of backed himself into a corner where he's got that one-word phrase, and all of his promos are centered around that yeet, which is fine and it works for him. But you can already see people get frustrated and annoyed with it. There's a lot of fans rebelling against Jey Uso right now. You want to talk about all the YouTube dislikes his videos gets, whatever. But Jimmy turning into a heel when he has the best reasons to. I think Jay, for him to turn heel, it would be just because the crowd turned on him. Okay, that's a common thing we see all the time. But for Jimmy, he has the family against him. He has everybody in the locker room looking at him like he's not on their level. That's got to get to Jimmy Uso. I can't believe that he'd be okay with that. So for me, I'm saying Jimmy Uso has every reason to turn heel at Survivor Series, and I could see him costing his team the match, turning on Jay, turning on Roman, whoever, costing them the match. The heels win it, and then we get a Jimmy as a heel where he's not doing the no yeet stuff. He's not being anyone's lackey. It's just Jimmy on his own, and you could build a program with Jimmy and Jay and make it better than the one that they had, which was rushed for the WrestleMania match that they had. All right, my friends, let me know what you think. I would love to hear it. Whether you disagree with me or you agree with me, it's all good with me. If you disagree with me, completely fine. I'm cool with it. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you do disagree or if you agree or if you have other ideas of what could happen at Survivor Series, or if you think Jimmy is just going to just go along with it just like he's always been, or do you think Jay will turn heel? Just let me know what you're thinking. I would love to know your thoughts. Leave it in the comments underneath. But until we meet again, my friends. Until we yeet again, my friends. I hope you all have a good rest of your week. I will see you on the next video. And as always, remember to stay bitter.